I personally think that music is one of the biggest and most important parts of all Sonic games. Sure, gameplay is what defines the game and the opinions people form of them, and that's great, that's how the game should be judged. But while Sonic fans in general have an infamous reputation for being hard to please, there's one thing these fans can usually agree on. Sonic music rocks! Even with a game like Sonic 06, one of the most hated, despised games in the franchise, most people will admit it's got a pretty rockin' soundtrack. But for some strange, aggravating reason, lyrical songs have been really absent in Sonic games nowadays. First, a big game like Generations had no vocal theme, and now Lost World 2. What's the deal with that? Am I the only one that absolutely loves the vocal themes for Sonic games? Come on, Sega, bring them back! So yeah, Sonic music's pretty important. That's why today I'm going to be counting down my personal top 15 vocal Sonic songs. Why 15? To be honest, this was a pretty difficult list to compile, and with the top 10, I felt like I was leaving out too many, and I felt bad for the songs because I like them a lot. Even with the top 15, some songs got the short end of the stick. I find that it's kinda hard to do a list like this when it comes to music, because music as a whole really depends on what kind of mood you're in at any given time, and what you're kind of feeling like listening to. But enough talk, let's start counting down my choices that I'm sure some of you will not only disagree with, but start grabbing your pitchforks over. Let's begin.
What goes up must come down. Yeah, my feet don't touch the ground. See the world spinning upside down. A mighty crash without a sound. I can feel your every rage. Step aside, I'll turn the page. Breaking through your crazy maze. Like a laser beam, my eyes on you. Watch me.
Acting as the main theme for Sonic's first multi-platform game and taking the same name of the game itself, the main theme for Sonic Heroes was performed by the always kick-ass Crush 40, who will undoubtedly appear a few times on this list. The Sonic Heroes soundtrack as a whole I have some kinda mixed feelings on, but most of the main themes are really good and easy to listen to. While this song is one of the most iconic and popular, I placed it lower on the list because I find it a bit cheesier than some of the later entries. Great song for an okay game. I gotta say, it was rather ambitious of Sega and the sound team to put 3 different versions of his world in Sonic 06. While I don't really like the main version too much, it's the Zebrahead and Crush 40 versions that I can really rock out to. I had to put them both at the same number because I didn't want each taking up a space here on the list, and to be honest, I go back and forth between which versions I like more. It's hard for me to make a definite decision on which is better. The game might have been shit, but the score sure as hell was not, and these 2 songs sure show that.
You know, every world will have its end, and I'm here to prove it all to you. I am who you don't think I am, all wrapped up in my evil plan.
I've never played Sonic and the Black Knight, but of course that doesn't mean I can't dig the music to it. I have the same kind of situation going on for Sonic Colors. While I'm not too familiar with the game's soundtrack as a whole, I do know the vocal themes that came from it. I put the Crush 40 version on here simply out of personal preference. Johnny Gioeli's voice just sounds better to me. But the original is still a mighty fine version, and I recommend you listen to both to make your own call on which is better.
My eyes are filled with curiosity. You think that you have power over me in this life.
Whoa, pretty obscure one, huh? I always loved the original Biolizard fight in the original SA2, and I think it's a great boss, accompanied with some great music. But when the track was remixed for the 3DS version of Sonic Generations, I lost my fucking mind. This time it was more electronic sounding, and even though the lyrics still had the cool distortion sound to them, they were actually clearer than the previous version. Also, that goddamn kick-ass reprise of Live and Learn around 51 seconds of the song makes the badassery complete.
Troubles are they what they seem? Look around you, then you may realize all the creatures saw with their lives, and now might know of our future, but then you still control the past. Only you know if you'll be successful.
Silver's quite the character of mixed opinions when it comes to the Sonic fanbase, but love him or hate him, there's no questioning he had a pretty good theme in his debut game. However, I personally find that the remix of his theme sounds so much better. Not only is it catchier, but it just makes me want to freaking dance. Also, it makes the original sound boring by comparison.
Rougher than the rest of them, the best of them, tougher than leather. You can call me Knuckles. Unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. I'd rather flex my muscles. I'm hard as nails. It ain't hard to tell. I break them down whether they solid or frail. Unlike the rest, I'm independent since my first breath. First test, feel the right, then the worst left. Born on an island.
Whoa! Straight out of left field, right? Bet you all weren't expecting this to be here. But Steven, aren't the Knuckles songs stupid? Well, yeah, in SA2. Actually, I find them more bittersweet, but Knuckles' original theme in the first Sonic adventure is actually pretty awesome. Of course, some of you can, without a doubt, call it out on cheesy lyrics, but come on, that sax solo! I personally find the mix of rap and jazz here pretty kick-ass, especially for Knuckles, one of my favorite characters. The SA2 version's alright too, but I don't even think it can hold a candle to this version.
That's why I stay alone. I was born by myself. I don't need a posse, I get it on by myself. Adversaries get shelved.
This time around, it's the main theme from Black Knight. While I find that this is one of the more overplayed and overused songs in Sonic's library of music, which can get really fucking annoying sometimes, I really can't deny that this is indeed an awesome song, especially that opening guitar part. Not much to say other than that it's a great and fitting song for both Sonic and the game, and a great song by Crush 40.
My kingdom, I'm the knight of the wind.
Another track from the game where Sonic was wielding a frickin' sword, this song takes the place of the game's ending theme, and my god does it do a magnificent job doing so. This is such a soothing and great sounding song put out by Crush 40. It actually makes me kinda want to play the game sometime just to get the feels at the end when the credits roll. This song is simply a masterpiece.
There are lessons to learn. Take a look inside your heart. With one seed.
one of the darker songs to come out of Sonic music and Crush 40's discography. The main theme of Shadow the Hedgehog perfectly wraps up everything about the character into one song. Everything from Shadow's dark past and him wanting to know more about it, to the struggle that takes place in-game from Shadow being good or evil, and the main message that says in the end, Shadow's whoever he wants to be, no matter what anyone else says. The game was pretty bad in my opinion, and I think it could have been better, but hey, as we all know, even if the game sucks, we can all enjoy the soundtrack.
See all of me, walk into my mystery, step inside and walk for dear life. Do you remember me? Capture you and set you free. I am all of me. I am.
Sonic Heroes was not only the first game to have a multi-console release, but it also brought back a handful of obscure characters from the series past, the Chaotix team. Every team in the game got their own theme, and I have to say, Team Chaotix is my favorite theme of them all. I really like the guitar and vocals in this song, and it really conveys the team's overall badassness. Even if most of their levels suck. These guys need to make a return, and not a lousy 3-second cameo like they did in Generations. A real story-involved return. Come on, show some love for Team Chaotix. What? An entry that isn't from a Sonic game? Well, surprise, surprise. I'm definitely not the biggest fan of Sonic X. In fact, I only really like the episodes based around both adventure games, and that's only because it's cool to see a game portrayed as an anime. But fuck me if I'm not a sucker for a good anime OP, even if the anime itself sucks. The overall energetic feeling and crazy nature of this song is so enjoyable and fun to listen to, and it's practically Jesus when you compare it to that shitty rubbish factory that the American version has. Gotta go fast, more like gotta write better lyrics. Fun fact, one of the singers that performed this, Hiranobu Kageyama, also just happened to sing Chala Head Chala for Dragon Ball Z. Oh my god, coolest thing ever! Acting as Sonic the Hedgehog's first real definitive theme song, for a lot of people it's a toss-up between this version and the version that would later come from SA2. For me, I'm more of a fan of the slower-paced but more rock-feeling first version. The vocals also sound a lot better to me. Its guitar solo is way better than the version that would come from the sequel, hands down. I also find that this is really the best song for Sonic as a character, as pretty much all of the lyrics are about him and his personality and outlook on the world. For this one, I actually have a bit of a story. So as some of you know, back in 2011 I had the good luck of being able to attend the first real Sonic event in the US, Sonic Boom. I had a great time there, and one of the best and most enjoyable parts of the entire event was being able to see Crush 40 and Cash Cash perform Sonic songs live, right in front of my face. However, they eventually played a song that I was actually unfamiliar with. As I mentioned back in number 13, I have yet to play the Wii version of Sonic Colors. I only just got the DS version, and I am very far from completing it. So when they started playing the ending theme from the game, Speak With Your Heart, I was kinda just like, huh? But I knew I hadn't played the game, so when I got home, I looked up the song on YouTube and gave it a listen, and oh man, I fell in love with it. I later realized that I had been an idiot and decided to change batteries right in the middle of the live performance, but looking back, it was a really good live performance of the song, and it only made me love it more.
Side by side, just to stay. Over here!
Anyway, this song is a great ending theme for Sonic Colors and has such a lighthearted and caring tone to it that it's kinda hard to dislike. Hopefully I'll get around to playing the game someday. Following the trend of lighthearted songs from number 3, we have the main theme from Sonic Unleashed. Bringing in Bowling for Soup to do the theme for this game was an odd choice, but man did it pay off. I love this song so much, and it has such a great feeling of emotion to it, especially when it's played over the credits after finishing the game. It's also very uplifting and easy to smile to while listening to it. Great song for a fantastic game.
It's always been inside of me, and now I feel so free, and it's possibility.
Before we hit number 1, I'm gonna give a short list of honorable mentions of songs that I really like, but just didn't make the cut.
Like a year, everything I feel seems so unreal. Is it true? Is it true? I'll take one step forward, trying to reach inside of me, trying to drain my energy. Let me show you just what I'm made of. Simple curiosity, trying to take a bite of me. Let me show you just what. Sense it in my feet. The gray emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I'm gonna hold my head, cause I have no fear. This probably seems crazy, a graveyard theory. Our ghosts try to approach me and got lyrics. Hey big guy, hey little guy, can you tell me who came first? Sorry, but I don't know. We are simply natural. Okay, all you have to do is sit up, look left, right, up and down. I will be there.
Okay, I completely realize that it's cheating putting both of these at the number 1 spot. I get it. But if I'm perfectly honest, I cannot decide which one I like better. One week I'll like Live and Learn more, and then I'll become more fond of Open Your Heart the next week. Then it's back to Live and Learn, and over, it just shifts and continues like that. I really hate using this word, but I just have to describe them both as fucking epic! I think that in both songs you get a sense of not only victory in terms of Sonic winning and you beating the game, but also a sense of desperation and fighting for humanity, seeing as both themes play over boss battles to save the frickin' world. The opening riff to Open Your Heart is practically orgasmic. Same for that sound at the beginning of Live and Learn. You know that part is awesome when that's the only part that's needed to get an audience hyped up at a concert.
Okay, so there's this song.
Both have really awesome guitar solos. However, in this case, I would say that the Open Your Heart solo is a bit better. However, Live and Learn gains some serious bonus points for actually being used in the Japanese version of Sonic X. I realize most of you were probably wanting me to make the decision of which one of these is better, but I simply cannot. Both are just that good. Thanks for watching my top 15 vocal Sonic songs. Please leave your own opinions on what are your favorite vocal Sonic songs in the comments. I'd love to hear about them. I'd love to hear some different viewpoints and some of the same viewpoints. So once again, thanks for watching and have a great day. Take care.